Welcome back, Libluini here, the Lord of Dominion 6. Kind of a shitty lord, but a lord nonetheless. That's nobility for you, always useless. So here we are with the CEO of CCP trying to take over by force everyone to play EVE Online. We are now in the late spring in the year 3 of the Ascension Wars, and we received 10 deaths from PTO. Our faraway neighbor who is currently fucking over tiny Rettiheim something fierce. They've raided away their cap circle provinces, they put up a giant tree just to fuck with them, and of course they're still getting crushed by Ulm at the same time. So that player has a bad time currently. So he doesn't have enough shit left to trade with us, it's the thing, and he's probably not really surviving really well. So we probably have to deal with Ulm on our own here. So I've twice spawned one of my important mages, and now I have 10 death games to either forge something for them or to do the same thing again. Our 18 abominations, and of course our mages have found fucking nothing. Then the TC problem is heating up as Femini attacks multiple provinces of them with their unseen one. Cute little buggers. And their stealth armies hitting multiple provinces at once. And yes, Ulm attacked with a big stack. Not too many mages, luckily. But the Jewel Guardians and the Black Templars and... oh, Rangers. Well, okay, that's fucking funny. As soon as I put up storms, half of those will be effectively useless. And Zweihanders. Okay, those could be a problem. They're fairly good fighters. But it's kind of a funny thing. Only archers in the army is kind of a one-trick pony. If your enemy managed to counter it, then they just die uselessly. And of course another army, a smaller one, is attacking Rettiheim, what is left over. And I think he is being extra spiteful. He's sending in the tiny guys and still winning. Anything else interesting? Oh yes, yeah, the AI is now still trying its best to stop this siege from progressing, but this is basically done at this point. Then some more attacks. We even see a bigger army here. We apparently found some guys who were side searching or at least doing something here. Basic squad of Sacreds, a bit dinged. But how to hit, and hit fairly well. Okay, now they are blessed and run forward into the battlefield. Now their defense and attack has been going up. And they are invulnerable, which is always nice. And they cause fear. So, and on the other side there are some guys on horses, so yeah. A weird sound was probably them hitting the invulnerability field, and then the mages run away too, except those who die. So that was not good for TC, but Fantasy China is still in the game with tons and tons of resources. But yeah, 2 players have attacked them right now. The battle in Umbro was, well, not much. We can take a look. It was basically just the world's largest amount of rangers stretching out across the landscape and a huge lump of Zweihanders. And that looks impressive. Of course, if all those crossbow bolts land in a huge sacks of undead flesh instead of actually worthwhile units, that might not go as quite as well as the player thinks this is going to go. But right now he is of course not knowing what I'm doing here. I just don't want anyone to just replace TC on the winning spree. Then during which crystallized urine from a magical beast gives us 11 nature games. Disgusting, but useful. Sandra gives us the same thing, just less. I guess the magical beast was smaller. Then we lose one of our scouts in TC. Too bad. So the player of Femini did another trade with us. So there we are up to 2 trades now for this game. If I remember correctly, there might be a third one I'm forgetting. It might have been with Pythio. So anyway, trading. Firminy now has taken over most of the provinces next to me, and Ulm will probably go for the rest. But since these are all tiny strike forces, in opposition to Ulm's big stack, they might be getting overwhelmed sooner or later. And even if not, he suggested that as long as I'm warning him, he would have nothing against me taking over the nearest provinces, since they're a bit far away from central Firminy. But we're also going up here to scout this throne over here, because if we do this, this would of course be a smart angle of approach. Our main target is still Ulm, and while 500 units are a lot, since so many of them are rangers and there aren't that many mages, it's kind of doable. At least all those units will be targets for our armies. Just need a lot of meat, since the new mass air shield spells are so far down the line for us. It's probably for the best if we make sure that our stupid casters can get up at least a storm, negating most of the advantage. And oh yeah, just so information, I've sent 60 gems out and getting 60 air gems in return. So that's at least something like, let me make a count, 180 more of our abominations. Could forge some boosters now that I think about it. Let's say 72, 78. Ha, -1 moral on units that don't have any. That's kind of funny. So now this block is even larger. And if it weren't for our stupid mammoths waiting down here, we'll probably... where to put these? Since our units can fly... Oh wait. Mammoths are always a stupid problem, because they can rampage back. So I am plucking this line like this. So since the units in the middle can fly, it should be no problem. I just don't want any... Of course, I don't even know which one of these S-clowns I'm taking with me. But forgetting that some of your mages are on the back row of an incoming elephant stampede is always stupid. So we're kind of ready, actually. I'm just spinning my thumbs here. That's a weird phrase. So, flying. Cold resistant. And then I have another Earthbound here. We have 400 units. That's almost 1-for-1 what's waiting on the other side here. Might be even slightly above here. So important is I have to remember these guys are here. They have to kind of stay here. So... I'm still using up at least 3 gems per turn. Let's do this carefully. I'm forging another storm spool. And I sometimes have no idea that these double clicks will be registering us. So next turn, this clown is joining the army. And then we have 7, 14, 21 more abominations per turn. That should fill up the line fast after we finish things. Otherwise, this is kind of an in-between turn. We are still kind of progressing with our stupid preparations. Yeah, there is not much going on here. This could actually be useful for us, because if he takes this throne, since TC is kind of distracted, we might be able to take this throne from Ulm, and TC is then too busy to do anything for a while. together with the drone and art, we might be getting... we might be even surpassing our friends over there. We don't want to get too close to Pythion, since that guy is kind of mean. But if we take down Caelum and getting TC's drone additionally to our new one, I might be able to then turn towards... yeah, fuck. Agatha, maybe? I don't really want to, but... getting some territory from TC doesn't really mean anything if I can't get enough drones to win. Interesting, we need 13 points, so let's do some math. Yeah, TC is far ahead, we notice. If we get art, we're up to 5. And this other drone is probably one of TC's, so we have no idea which one. Can we look this up from the outside? Sadly no. Yeah, hopefully it's not the pestilence well, because that one sucks. There are also still the unclaimed ones. This undead one could be the well of pestilence. Is there something else, darkness or undead related? Oh, the Throne of Death. This could be it too. So either the Throne of Pestilence and nope, this one is claimed. Okay, it's the Throne of Death, so cleared. The Throne of Night. Now that one is special. We don't want to turn the world into eternal darkness by accident. But it also doesn't matter, we don't have this one. Patala is still cleaning up Bogarus, and we still haven't... yeah, what is this throne? We have no idea. Let's go over here. Since he's unclaimed, it's also not going anywhere. Yeah, so our short-term goals is to get more thrones. We not immediately on the loser's edge of the game. Of course, TC is a problem, I agree with my neighbors. And while we are kind of friendly towards Femini and towards Patala, as long as they aren't attacking me, we are also not exactly enemies of TC until we're actually in a position to do anything. Like this one here would eat up one of my big armies at least. And this would of course make all my other neighbors possibly a bit antsy. So my plan for now is to keep up some recruiting, so we aren't looking weak to our friends from Agatha. And our insane army in Caelum will then be on the march soon towards the east. And Hilmar, my friend, you please find something. Even with the 60 gems I'm getting next turn, it's getting ridiculous. You guys found nothing. So you can go over here to this new province here when no one has searched so far. And Hilmar, you have to go back and do some asphalt summoning next time. Also, what to do with our 17 new fresh death gems? Yeah, I've secured another idiot here. Too bad we can't really get any boosters right now. We have the Bag of the Winds, which is Magic Command 1, Temporary Air Gems. Oh, that's interesting. There was an item in Dominions 5 and earlier that was called Windbag or something. Cost 40 air gems and gave a boost of +1 air magic. But this one is just beefing everyone up. It's kind of marginally useful to us since Alteration 5 is coming. That's Storm. And Storm needs only 1 gem if you have 4 paths. If you have 3, you have to overcast this, and then you need at least 2 gems. So that's not too expensive, but also not enough. So that booster is kind of only marginally useful. %50 of missiles lost. Yeah, that's of course more harmful for our enemies, since our Earthborns can still fight fairly well if they don't hit each time with their crossbow bolts, while the Rangers, if they don't have their crossbows, they are kind of host. And since our flyers can still fly, that's it for them. Really hope we can get at least Arcan domination, since several of our neighbors, TC, Agatha and Patala, have lots of magic beings under their command. Not so much, but since he hasn't recruited tons and tons of his Black Templars, that's actually good news for us, because guess what, our flyers are kind of flimsy and I can't recruit our expensive mammoths faster than someone could get those stupid Black Templars out, and our mammoths aren't sacred either. So yeah, it would have been really bad. So, and I have no idea why my interface interprets sometimes all my clicks strangely. So next turn we are up to 7 casters per turn. That will eat through our new stack of gems fairly fast, however. So what to do now with my newfound stuff? So since I have to, well, I would like to move, but I would also like to have Storm as soon as they march. So let's forge a Skull Mentor for our less useful brothers. Then I can let my stack of death gems slowly grow for emergencies. That's really it. So current progress is good. Research is, Conjuration is at level 6 next turn. And the turn after that at level 5. So next turn this guy will have done his last attempt at finding something, and then he goes back to Caelum to do some summoning, and then we'll start building up a second army. So I guess next turn I can start marching, since there are slowly units here, and I am marching on out first, so we don't really want to spook Ulm now that he is getting another throne for us. If he's winning heavily against TC, that's good for us, since we then can take it away from him. So Patala's front is calm. Agatha, no idea, but we could deal with this. In an emergency I can just negotiate a white peace with Ulm, since TC is the main enemy of everyone right here, and I could use this against others. So whoop. Okay, so Mr. Hiding Friend, you will now go to defend. Oh, this border castle looks a bit stronger than it should be. This here, I might put this into 2 squads actually, because the AI can be rock stupid sometimes. So Hohitra, you will be, since you were hidden from view, you will be going to here, because after I've taken out and in preparation for the final attack, I need some of my stealth idiots. Probably, oh, that's interesting. I will probably keep this backup army here, probably, and just move the stealthy units. After all, I have this huge army here already, but I might need backup to fill out the line if we take huge losses on art, and then this big stack will be moving, and then we'll replace the rest of it. We can still keep up all of our mage recruitment, and we can get more of our sacreds now, more of our insano guys here, and some light fun. So no mammoths for now. We'll keep this gold in reserve. Then we have Polgrave, which we want to defend. So we can upgrade this, and I think my mouse gets fuckier and fuckier each time, because there's more and more double clicks registered in this little asshole of a computer mouse. So, yeah, okay, this one is kind of fairly new to the party here. Let's see. Yeah, we can add some more units here. And Dust 514, I can move you to Polgrave to beef up the defenses. Because obviously if we go for he might try to counter-attack on our throne next. And this section of the front line will be improving strength fast now. So this should be okay. So we have now our defense up here. Defense here looks healthy. This stealth guy doesn't actually have any active units. Then we have this front line here. I have 2 stealth leaders, right? Where is the other guy? Oh, here. He actually has no units either. But this guy is then basically our strategic defense while you can use the other guy offensively if we want. And this army here is defense together with our clowns coming here. We'll be playing throne defense. And if Ulm is going for our main army, then I'll of course have an army ready to march in. And hopefully the money to replace them fairly fast. Luckily our units may need a lot of resources and recruitment points, but a lot of our winged guys are fairly cheap. And that's it really for this turn. There's not much I can do now. We're still trying, yeah, next turn things will start to get interesting, because then I can move the army I'm concentrating here. Probably have to recruit another normal army leader next turn somewhere. I still have no idea what I can do with my stupid death mage, except summoning stuff or forging stuff if I want to. Storm spools, forge storm spools, cast course commander. Forge skull mentor, yeah. More research for the research god. Currently we are researching at 657. Healthy, but could be better. The game isn't getting any shorter after all. And I have to remember that my research will take a down spill soon. Let's go. What do I have actually scripted here? Yeah, not much really, because up to now I didn't really need much in terms of magic. Mangav is our newest idiot here, and he is the main air guy. So he would, of course, get... Fuck, I don't really have Storm right now. I'll take this as a placeholder for now. And after this, he can use Summon Storm Power to get to level 4. Sadly, it doesn't work the other way around, so he's already half asleep at this point. And then he could summon Air Elementals, but it would be kind of a waste. He can also now use things like Lacerating Winds and Mist Form. Lacerating Winds is huge range, small damage and big area of effect, and not even that bad at precision. Sharp and bruise unprotected enemies, so it's 5 damage, but if you protect it, it won't do much. But a lot of mages aren't protected, so it could be an emergency case of, oh fuck, the enemy has 50 mages, let's send some Lacerating Winds to teach them a lesson. Then we have, of course, the Thunder Strike. Armor negating, giant damage, but at this point our mage can probably use it once before tapping out for a while. It's also not exactly very precise. It's probably only doable because we have, of course, our storm up. So all the projectiles will be needed and only our flyers will be able to move, and a lot of those have at least some defense against the thunder strikes coming down. Will probably still die, but at least it will look awesome dying. And we have Thunder Ward, which will improve the shock resistance of a lot of units. I mean, it won't help against thunder strikes because, man, all those beefy, but every tiny little thing helps. Lightning bolts, for example, would already have trouble damaging our Storm Guard, but with a +5 the spell would be absolutely negated. Only useful if the enemy uses it, of course. Mist form is, yeah, it makes guys harder to hit and reduces the enemy, the damage the enemy can do, including magic damage. But if the hit is too big, then the mist form will be cancelled. But it's absolutely a get out of jail free card for the really nasty stuff. And then I guess, why not? Go to sleep, my friend, and if you wake up... Second Thunder Strike, I have no idea if that should be useful or not. I also have Stormwind here. Huge range of effect and range in turn, yeah, really low fatigue. And big, strong beings can just ignore the spell. And it does some kind of blunt damage that's capped at 1. So even if, say, 5 damage points go through, it's reduced to 1. The only reason this spell exists because it's always funny if you catch some mages and force them to not cast the spell because they are interrupted. Oh fucking hell, why not? After that, the AI will look at our magic paths and go thunder striking if they can anyway, or summon some useless shit. So let's see, my scripting goes only to 4, so this is 5 now, and Stormwind in the first slot will be replaced with Storm in a couple turns. As I have to remember this, our second Mage gets the same treatment. Only one of them will go with our army after all. Next up, what to do with our Earth Mages. So, of course, we have a corresponding power-up spell for Earth, so now he has 4 levels to play around with. And Curse of Stones is always go-to if you have it, because it just makes the enemy slower. And if they're living beings, they will also get fatigued out. But this is done, let's see if we can do something else. A Blade Wind is always kind of funny. The damage is high enough to hurt at least some of our units, but everything that's kind of shitty in the defense department will have a bad day. Fatty cost is of course enormous, so those 15 air blades, it's probably a one-time thing for most of your soldiers. Let's see what I can do here. We have Weapons of Sharpness, and of course a tiny effect. Slash and piercing melee attacks deal RP damage. That's armor piercing. Giant strength. That's probably more useful since it's a straight up damage upgrade, and lots of our birdmen are kind of weak. There was, I think, something similar here in the part of Soldiers of Steel. This makes protection. Okay, a lot of our guys have medium protection or protection that can melt in winter. So let's go off Soldiers of Steel it up. And I have no idea. I should go low on Gem since we are in the late age and we are not getting a lot of reinforcements. So conservative and oops. I don't know why I have this. We don't want him to run forward. Fuck. Oh, no, here it wasn't, so I guess I... probably one of those double clicks got registered oddly again. Ah, fuck, don't have the money to buy new shit this month. My electricity bill is going online soon. So, okay, so 5, right? 5 was the new... Okay, then the Earth Mages will now get 6. Probably should get another pair of boots, so I can have another Earth Mage if this one buys it. But do we have someone else who is level 2 Earth? Nope, fuck, of course not. I guess this one is important now. At least he is twice born, so if he dies, he comes back, so that's it. So he won't be our last Earth Mage. And since no one traded away my games, fucking hell. Could you please? Thank you. So, oh, of course I forgot to set him back to research. How about... oh fuck yeah, we get our new games next turn. But since they don't have to spit out tons of elementals, okay, he can be a bit more generous. Let's go to 9, just in case. So if he doesn't spit out everything he has in one battle, he can use the rest in the next one. And you can get some air games for emergencies. So now you're battle ready, and now I really need those 60 games next turn. Not much those two fuckers can do. Then we have guys like this one. Yeah, he has only level 2, so I have no idea what I'm doing with them. Should I go death or air? Huh. Well, I need scripting for both anyway, so let's start with death here. There's no power-up spell for death, sadly. But I can give him some invulnerability, so he doesn't immediately die. It's kind of iffy which is better, Mist Form, which neutralizes all types of damage down to 1, or Invulnerability, which negates any kind of damage except magic damage, which will go straight through. After that, let's go to Horde of Skeletons. Yeah, so he can cast this maybe 2 times, then he will take a nap. It wasn't always like this, I think, but since the spell can be immensely fucking hell on everyone, I mean, Raise Dead gives you more units, but shitty units, while the skeletons summoned by the spell at least have a chance of doing some damage. Yeah, why not? Let's keep this pure and simple. A buffing spell at the beginning, and then we'll just spit out tons of skeletons. Now I have to remember 5, 6, yeah, that would be script number 7. Yep, it worked. So now we have something for our level 2 death mages. Any of them here? Yeah, we actually have... well, yeah, of course, and he lacks the fucking hell, and I guess then I can't use this because Stygian Skin needs water. Forgot. So, shit. Fuck. He can use another buffing spell, I guess. Can't even use Mist Form. Anything useful? Well, Air Shield. Well, why not? It's at least useful. So, of course, we immediately have to change this back to 7 now. Yeah, so this has worked. So the basic spell is 7 because not all of our Ethereal mages will have a water path around their repertoire, their arsenal. So any more death mages here? Nope, I know I have some, but apparently not here. So, and then we have air. Air is a bit simpler. First turn we can't use Storm Power because Storm takes We don't have it yet, but if we can't go around, out, no, alteration 5, air, storm, casting time, 200%, so it takes 2 turns. This then of course means storm power takes a turn to be cast. Or we have to do something else first. Well, mist form of course. So now he can cast storm power, and because both spells will be going active at the same time, he will then get +1 and will be in level 3 Archmage. As long as the storm runs, I think. Of course, why the hell not? Let's be conservative here and add an air shield. A lot of our enemies have crossbow bolts after all. And then we can summon air power. You might ask, okay, that's already 3 out of 5 scripts gone. But yeah, but my main to-go spell will be Thunderstrike, which takes a lot of energy out of those poor bastards. So this is it now. This should be our average fucking air mage spellcast script. And it's script number 8 for out of 10 free places. This guy will cast Mist Form, then Air Shield, then the Storm will be up and you can cast Storm Power, and then you can shit out 2 Thunder Strikes, which at fatigue 50 means he's then taking a long deserved nap after those 5 spells. And that's it. There are not much else going on. When I'm here already, I can go through my list of weirdos here and give the bastards their spell components here. So I don't have to do this again just before the battle starts. Oh, there are some air mages around here. You have to concentrate forces, of course. 2 or 3 here and there is not enough. I'm not sure if I use our little level 2 priestess leader here. She can't even use air because she's deaf only. Holy fucking hell sometimes. Well, okay, why not? Do we have something that isn't eating tons and tons of fatigue? Nope. They are just shitty here. Ah, well, fuck it. Horde of skeletons for you only. Or we can use this one and this one in our battle line. Normal. Normal. So I'm guessing those 3 are no question. No idea what I'm doing with Caelum. Probably I just put her somewhere else where she can build temples or whatever. Next up, Millgate. What do we have here? Normal, normal, death. Already prepared. Death. We're slowly getting there. With our mages too. At least I'm not now, how to say this, tempted to use all of my mages. Research be damned, because some of them simply don't work as combat mages. Only in an emergency would I use all those one-path wonders on the battlefield. Hey, at least the ones with death and water combined can give themselves a nice invincibility skin. So lots and lots of researchers, and 1, 2, 3, 4 battle mages doing the full lance. We're up to about 12 or something, I think. What's with these guys here? Nope. Only 1 weirdo here. I can upgrade this at least. probably... Wait, now that I'm thinking about it. Since he is a major guy, I can give him the main cast thingy for now. Probably should cast more astral spells. So what do we have here? So, a priest, some weirdos, and oh, another battle mage, another researcher. Yeah, okay. This will be thing number 9 here. It will be simply communion slave, and after that you won't be able to do anything. You will be script 9. Oh, did it work? Yes. Because the only purpose for these guys is, except for research of course, is to help out our main guy and other astral mages. I really should get some flying astral commanders, of course, because these guys will be slow. Well, that's already a +1 to our mage master, and this is just a backup until we get a 4th one. This means without boosters he's effectively at level 8 if we cast Master in battle. Then I can easily give him a helmet as a booster, and he's at 9. And then there is an item, a standard, which gives him then 10 on the battlefield. There's another booster I might be able to squeeze out, which gives him 11. Yeah, that's no joke. 10 is only the most you can squeeze out at Pretender generation. But it's not actually the maximum. You can go up to, I think, 20 or something. Might be even higher, but since the cost of raising go up insanely, it's kind of hard to get there before the game ends. I think some people have managed to get something insane like 14 or something squeezed out of their mages. But I am actually fairly lucky if I go above level 10, which we have to for some really insane spells at the end. Master and Slave, Master and Slave. So, actually we are fairly unlucky here. From all those mages, all have big paths except one. Well, I guess that's a lot of researchers. Next up, we're then up to 7 idiots chain casting our abomination spell, and yeah, I'm moving some units here, rejiggered recruitments to fill up the backline, and I guess in 2 turns Polgrave should be safe for any counterattack. Next turn I can start moving my main army while the capital slowly fills up a reserve army for future use. And we should be able to cast Storm around the time we reach this stupid swamp over here. So yeah, that's 1 turn, then we start moving it, of course, because I probably use the interior line to not 4-1 Ulm immediately. So we're marching then 2 turns, 3 turns, 4 turns. Yeah, that's still a lot of turns. The Earthbounds, of course, can't move that much faster, I think, than our Mammoths, because the Mammoths are, of course, cavalry. So we have a map movement, combat speed 5, yeah, all those heavy gears. Encumbrance 10, I completely forgot. Good fucking hell. Guys, I know reinvigoration is a thing, but if we wanted this to matter actually, why not reduce the encumbrance? Or hell, take it out and reduce the encumbrance down to 7, because that's it. Our bless is, as I've confirmed in the past, not actually added in yet to permanently. Oh, converted provinces 23, that's nice. Could use more temples though. Our bless, yeah. Magic weapons for everyone, twist fate. Moral +1. That's all. So no reinvigoration, that's actually part of the units, believe it or not. Of course, again, you could argue that why the fuck did they do this if they then have the magic power to reduce encumbrance to effectively 7. I mean, okay, they will wake up faster if they're already asleep, but holy shit, is this weird. Anyway, thanks to our bless, crossbows are actually doing magic damage, will be able to hurt even invulnerable enemies. A nasty little surprise for invulnerable enemies like vampires. Well, let's see how this is going then in the actual battlefield. Oh, yeah, high encumbrance, people. Map move is of course equally low. Those earthbounds take their name seriously. Our mammoths are fairly fast since they are big, strong animals with 4 legs. So map move 20 is actually not bad. Of course, our average flying unit has equally far map move, but since they're flyers, they can often hop 3 provinces instead of 2. Like the cavalry, since the cavalry has to go through all this terrain, while our flyers don't have. They fly, so they don't give a fuck if a forest eats up 10 more points or something trying to move through. So in effect, while those guys could probably get 3 or 4 provinces in a row, if there's anything that's not just a plain street or something in a way, they'll slow down to a maximum of maybe 2 provinces if they are lucky. Those assholes have more map move than our Earthbounds, I guess, because they don't need to sleep. They're actually a little bit faster than our Earthbounds, which is amazing. But I guess since our Earthbounds are kind of important, we don't want them to overtake our shambling fields of meat. Our Storm Guards, of course, they're slightly faster, but of course, since they can still fly, you can safely ignore the combat speed, because that's only useful for determining here who strikes first. Since they can fly, they can just rain down on the enemy in about 1 turn of movement. And that's it, really. Our cute little area infantry. Combat speed 8 would of course be awful if they lost their wings. Poor little fellas. So we are in spring right now. So that means we are probably attacking in summer. Which is awful already. We probably want to actually use the time building up out in our forces, not just because I'm overly cautious, but because if we can manage to attack in winter, we would have some easy turns where we are super powered, while Ulm is just its normal old self. But now we are far into the future. I'm just glad that most of my major preparations are now finished. And yeah, although next turn when we have Continuation 6 and move our idiot back home, then we can, next step, move all of the combat mages I want to deploy and move the big stack forward. And then I'm kind of lucky that it will take so long to move our Earthbound the way to out. Because quite frankly, it could be that some of our mages are too far away from the battlefront, especially the ones none here right now, but maybe next turn when someone shows up. These guys might make it. 1, 2, 3. We can join up. Those can join up. Maybe it works. There's a reason why I've positioned our stealth lords right now. And that's it for this turn. Next turn I'll hopefully get my promised 60 airgams, and then we'll start upgrading to 20 abominations per turn until I'm back to 10 or maybe 20. Then we'll have hopefully finally found something. With fucking hell. Where are all those air sites? We have fucking glamour gems from our side. Events have given us a huge stack of nature gems. I have to find a way to trade this away. Fucking hell. We don't really have any death income, which we couldn't use. Don't really have much of astral income, which we could use. Earth, that's about ready. That's, well, it's better than nothing, I suppose, but I really Airgam, it's finally at the highest we have so far, since we don't have any. It's funny that this drone is giving us glamour gams. And at least one Astro, so our Astro income is only at +2 thanks to this insanely useful drone. Sometimes this game. So anyway, this turn is over now. We did some diplomacy and trading. Things are heating up around us, and we hope we can strike at Ulm. And of course, we see the TC is a problem here. But if we can manage to snatch 2 drones and Ulm, then we are a far better position to deal with TC. Right now we would just be the second or third line helper and not actually achieve much. Of course, this being Dominions, I'm fully prepared for something insane to happen, like in the very moment I am laying siege to Ulm itself, Agatha attacks or something. It would be funny if TCA managed to pull out a win because 2 potential enemies are fighting each other. Well, 3 if we take Agatha into account. They do have a tiny border with TC. And I don't see any movement here, so probably have to march back here to see if anything is happening. And of course, it's too warm down here for our scout. We really need flying scouts, now that I think about it. But we also need researchers. Oh, I have commander points left over. So let's reduce one of our shitty infantry out and add a flying scout. So let's see, and if I'm going to Harab Seraphs next turn, I may be able to continue shitting out flying scouts. And we might be even stopping our tiny scouts here. Oh, auto search. Ah yes, I wanted to see if I can find some fire sites. And water sites I don't really need. So I'm not doing this. At least our idiot, if he comes back home soon, he can start summoning astral mages, and then the ones that can fly too, I can then send around to astral search my entire dominion in hopefully not too slow speed. So I think that's all I can do for now. Libluini out. Until next time.